Hello everybody, welcome back to NBA 2K25 and the Random Rosters series here on youtube.com/Seannosaurus Rex. Every Tuesday, you get a new installment of this. We are working our way through the NBA Cup at the moment. We have an interesting situation to deal with. I have simulated the last couple of days up to November 26th. We're not super concerned with the overall standings. We're concerned with the NBA Cup standings. Here's where we sit entering week number 6, I believe this is the third week of the NBA Cup. I'd actually go in and research the NBA Cup and find out all about it so that I could do this video and figure out which matchups were the most interesting. We have 4, potentially 5 games that we could take a look at today. We have several 2-0 versus 1-1 matchups. I went through, there's a kind of a logjam. So basically the NBA Cup works like this, if you don't know. The top team in each, actually here, let me pull it up. Top team in each group makes it in, and then, so that's 6 teams, and then you get the top 2, the top 2 teams from each conference, 1 per thing for a wild card. Boy, I had that explained a lot cleaner in my head. So right now you'd have the Pacers, the Bulls, the Rockets, Spurs, Grizzlies, Knicks, and then we'll just throw in the Magic because I haven't lost just yet, and we'll throw in the Mavericks, let's say. So that creates a kind of a logjam behind them of 1-1 teams or teams that have 1 loss that would still have a shot. The Celtics are a good example. This is kind of a jumble, 3 1-1s. So that's what we have today. We have a group of games where 2-0 teams are taking on 1-1 teams. So we're going to start here on Tuesday, November 26th, and we're going to be actually starting with the Bulls at the Wizards. The Bulls are 2-0, the Wizards are 1-1. If the Wizards win this game, it would create a 3-way tie for first place. Keep that in mind. It's East Group C. I don't think that really matters to you, but keep that in mind as we move forward because that will become important. The next game that we'll take a look at is the Rockets taking on the Timberwolves. The Rockets are 2-0. The Timberwolves are 1-1. A Timberwolves win here would force a tie for first place in the Group A of the Western Conference. Again, I don't think that piece is important, but it does create a first place tie. Then you have the Spurs taking on the Jazz. The Jazz are a team that we have not seen yet. They are 12-4, and what's interesting is if you look at the NBA Cup standings, where are they? The Jazz, they're 1-1, but they have a negative 11 point differential. That could come back to bite them in the behind if they were to be in a position, because it's record, and then it's like overall record, head-to-head record, point differential, and then like the record from the 2023-2024 season. There's like 4 different tiebreakers, and then there's like a 5th one that's like, look, in the very unlikely scenario, we'll do it this way, but I can't remember what that is. So the Jazz probably need a win here, and they need a big win. It's a little surprising to see them be 12-4 and have a negative 11 point differential here. Then it gets interesting because we're going to jump over to the 29th, and we have a game that's, again, it's a 2-0. It's a New York Knicks team. They're 2-0. They're taking on a 1-1 Hornets team with a Charlotte win. And if Orlando were to lose, which seems unlikely considering they're playing the Nets down here, who are 4-12, that would create a 3-way tie in the East Group B for first place. So that one could be interesting. With that 3-way tie that I mentioned earlier, the Bulls and the Wizards game, the Bulls and the Celtics would be 2 of those 3-way tied teams. Celtics, Bulls, and Wizards would all be 2-1. The Celtics play at the Bulls. The Bulls could either be 3-0 or they'd be 2-1. Either way, the Celtics would have a shot to get to 3-1 and either push the Bulls to 2-2 or drag the Bulls down to them. So we could take a look at that game if that's kind of interesting, but I do like the 2-0 and 1-1 things just to kind of clog things up and hope for a little bit of chaos as we enter the final week. As you probably know, the schedule will look a little bit like this. We'll have this week will be more NBA Cup, and then we will have next week, which will have the final NBA Cup, regular pool play, I think is what they call it. And then you'll move into the 10th, which will be the semifinals and the finals. We'll crown a champion in that. And then we'll have Christmas Day, and we'll do all 5 of those Christmas Day games for you before jumping back into it. I believe it's the 31st. Yeah, we'll go back to our kind of random wheel spin wheel spin stuff for the rest of the season. So let's jump in. Let's watch the Bulls play the Wizards here on the 26th. 12-6 taking on 6-9. Jalen Brunson, Tyrese Halliburton. So we might actually end up watching the Bulls twice today. So hopefully that's not the worst thing in the world. I do want to turn this down a little bit as we get ready for more NBA Cup action for you today. And we get that Wizards court. That's been part of it too, has been, oh, the Mavericks are surprisingly good. The Mavericks and the Grizzlies, they play, I believe, the 3rd on that final day. That one could be good if both teams maintain undefeated records in the in their respective group. I have a couple of matchups notched out for next week, which would be the Magic and the Knicks. Could be kind of interesting. The Pacers, Heat, and then the Grizz and the Mavs, as we're looking at the key matchup. Tyrese Halliburton and Jalen Brunson. Billy Donovan's 5th season. He's 411 and 325. D+ home court advantage. And we are ready to get underway. Interesting to see the Wizards go with the red when their primary color is blue, it seems. I mean, even the logo in the bottom on the score bug is more blue than... Okay. Hey, there's a nice play inside. Nice. That's Brandon Ingram in for 2, and that's a good start for the Washington Wizards. It was one of the worst screens I've seen set in this game. Like all season long, it was just heinous. Double screen there, trying to free up a shooter in the corner, but it doesn't really work. There's Sengun. Oh, it went off the back of the defender's head. Somehow ended up out of position on the dribble move. Man. A couple of longer possessions here to start this game up. Williams working one-on-one. Kicks to Ingram. Podzemski? I'm not sure. Oh, threw it inside. Got a kick to the corner. Get the 3 up, and it is no good. But a nice offensive rebound by Williams. Goes back up and gets Sengun to foul him. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. That's... Wow, what a turn. It's a great offensive rebound. I was a little surprised that he went back up for the basket, and there were 2 guys right there, but... Oh, 0 for 2 from the line, so not a bad foul from Sengun at all. Green fouled on his way to the basket, and Williams will pick up his first personal. That'll send Draymond Green to the line to shoot 2. He buries the first one. I don't know if buries is the correct terminology there, because it definitely rattled off the rim a little bit. Second one rattles home as well. 4-2 Chicago. Brunson. Washington early in this game has had a couple opportunities, or not even opportunities. They've really tried to force the ball inside, and Chicago buries the 3 from the corner. The Wizards have tried to dribble to get that ball inside the paint, but there's just too much traffic. It's been good defense by the Bulls, absolutely, but it's been some sloppy passing as well. Ooh, rattles out. I like that shot. He's fallen to his left a little bit. It's a clean look, but just couldn't get it to go. Chicago out to an early 5-point lead, trying to add on here. Grant for 3. Rattles out. No good. Again, like the shot, you use the screen, create a good look. Not an exact screen, but kind of worked anyway. Very weird. Still 7-2 as both teams pick up the pace a little bit. It's kind of a slower first minute and a half or so, but the last 90 seconds or so have been very quick, or quickly paced. KD still out for 2 to 4 weeks. I do have that written down in my notes. So we maybe avoid watching the Thunder. Oh, I actually need to take that note and realize that it probably doesn't. I don't think I have them listed anywhere, but Halliburton. An interesting little flip shot there. Pushes that lead back out to 5, and we'll see a timeout taken by the Washington Wizards. You're not watching the dance cam. Ingram for 3, buries it, and that cuts the lead down to 2. Hey, good timeout, good play to run, and they get points. Şengün gets his man off his feet, drives the lane, and slams it home. Too easy. Well, rotation was super late. I don't think it was going to end well for the Wizards either way. It's either going to be an easy jam home with a late rotation, or it was going to be a wide open look in the corner. Nice offensive rebound, put back. And Williams cuts that lead down to 2. So the Wizards have done a good job. It's an excellent timeout by them. Seems like they've slowed the game down, gotten their guys into a better flow here. It is 2 possessions to 1, and each team has scored on those possessions. Nice job by Williams to affect this shot. And we're going back the other way. 45 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Hunter to Ingram. Ingram off the front iron, no good. Tried to get the offensive rebound again, but couldn't get a grip on it. It goes to Draymond Green, who passes to Monk. Monk fights through some contact and gets the basket. Back to a 4-point deficit. 13-9 here. Good first quarter. And an interesting first quarter, just as far as the pace is concerned. Williams didn't do anything. Ingram takes a step back, buries the 2. And back and forth we go. They're cutting it between a 4-point and a 2-point lead over these last couple of possessions. They just need that one good defensive stop to turn into some offensive points. Tie this game, take a lead with a 3. Grant's going to hold for the final shot. It's a 3. And it was no good. Williams comes away with a rebound. And that'll do it for quarter number 1. Bulls-Wizards battle for first place in the Eastern C grouping. We're back with more. 13-11. The last video I got partially blocked, so that was exciting. I got blocked for 10 seconds of music. I'm like, no, no, no. This does not go up in Russia or Belarus. The Dikembe Mutombo, man. It was like, no, no, no. No, no, no. Bulls get first possession here in the second quarter. See what the pace of play looks like. They were both pretty slow there in the first minute and a half of the first quarter. Fontecchio to Halliburton. Oh, that's a really nice block, but a better defense or offensive play to get the ball back. Got the block, and 2 Wizards went for the ball, and it just left a Chicago Bull freely to just get mine. Step inside the 3-point line is no good. Oh my God, the guy with the last name Jordan on the Bulls? Could it be? It's not. Fontecchio trying to drive, kicks it back to Jordan. Fontecchio ends up back with the ball. He's going to have to just kind of throw up a 2 at the last moment there. It's a long play that touched a few hands, but nobody really had a good look at it. There is the Wizards again trying to get that ball into the... Oh my gosh, to get into the paint. Brunson with a terrible foul on the inside. That is a disgusting foul. That basket was so easy, and that's what you did? You were going to do nothing. Now they get an opportunity for a 3-point play. We've seen 3 or 4 turnovers by the Washington Wizards on the interior. The passes aren't crisp. They're just too easy to pick off. It goes the other way for a 3-point play. And quickly now a 7-point lead. This is where we saw the Wizards early in the first quarter, down 7. Brunson with 5 on the shot clock. Actually pretty good defense there from the Bulls, but Brunson got that half step he needed. And it's 18-13. Fontecchio throws it off the glass, no good. Smith comes away with it. Going back the Wizards' way. Brunson. There's all kinds of screens. He had a lot of time to get a look, but just didn't see anything he liked. Smith couldn't get the basket. Nice offensive rebound. Finally get a good pass inside to the paint. That's a 5-0 swing for the Wizards, who close it down to 2. It just does not feel like they have been able to get over that hump. Halliburton, little runner. This is kind of a funky little shot there. Indiana picks up a win, a 1-point victory over New Orleans. And we see Washington take their second timeout. 20-16, halfway through quarter number 2. Those were your Wizards dancers. Ingram working with the ball. They're trying to set a screen for him. They get it. He drives inside. Nice little dish to Williams. Fouled on the way to the basket by Şengün. Şengün?
First team foul.
First or second personal, excuse me, and they'll go to the line to shoot 2. Wizards now 2 for 4 from the line. And what's the difference in the score? Those 2 free throws, question mark? Halliburton with a Brunson on him. Can't get one of his moves to work. Grant instead does get a move to work, and it's a foul on the other end. Ingram's first personal, second team foul here. And that'll send Jeremy Grant to the line for 2. First one's good. Second one rattles out. Wizards come away with the ball in a 3-point deficit. Pushing the pace is Hunter. Trying to find some room on the inside. It's good defense there. Ingram for 3. Rattles out. Green comes away with the rebound. The Bulls did a very good job to fill all the lanes and make sure it wasn't an easy basket for the Wizards. Grant backs down Ingram. Kicks to Alvarado. Monk working around the outside. He'll take a 3, and he got it. Malik Monk with a nice 3 straight away. And this has been the Wizards' problem. They've done a good job to get back into the game, close it down to 2 points. But it's that little hump that they just can't get over, and then it ends up to be a 7-point lead. It stretches out to a 6-point lead. Monk for 3. Couldn't get it to go. And Smith Jr. comes away with a rebound. Fires inside. Ingram to Hunter. Hunter buries the 2, and just like that, the Washington Wizards are back within a basket. Şengün throws. Oh, nice block-ish, kind of. I don't know what happened there. That was a weird-looking play. Hang on, let's take a look at the replay. What happened there? Because it was a really nice play. Okay, hold on. God, this camera. Was it just a nice little touch? Oh, that looked like it actually did get blocked. Wow. Are they going to give it a block? Or does it come off his hand? It looks weird. Just kind of bopped up there. Huh. Blocker basket, you tell me. Wild. Just kind of bloop. Right in. Huh, glad we took a look at that. 26-22, 30 seconds to go here in the second quarter. And that's how well it's been going for the Bulls. I mean, you get a block to do that. Nice job by Alvarado. Pretty good lane fill there by the Wizards. Does the spin move, gets blocked that time. It doesn't go in. Wizards again pushing the pace, 10 seconds. Smith up, no good. Green comes away with a rebound. He's got to go if he wants it. Basket. It's going to be Grant from the free throw line at the buzzer. No good. So it remains a 4-point lead. 3 possessions there in the final 30 seconds. Nobody comes away with any points, but a funky first half comes to a close. 26-22 as we chant for the $10,000 shot. $10,000 shot. $10,000 shot. Yes! We're starting the day with a $10,000 half-court shot. We got the Wizard! Come on. Come on. Hit it. Hit it. Hit it. No! Are we ever going to get one? You'll just have to tune in every single week. I do need to go through and find every $10,000 shot and start making that a montage. That would be awesome. Here is halftime. We're still 0 for. I don't know how many we've had, but... Bulls #1 in the Eastern Conference. Pacers have done a nice job to get back into it. Top performers, Malik Monk, 8 points and an assist. 6 and 6 for Robert Williams III. Points and rebounds and an even, wow, even points per quarter for both teams. 13-11, 13-11. And that's how you have 26-22. Oh man, that sounds like a heavily copyrighted song, so we got to talk over it as we welcome you back to half number 2. Driving inside, and they're highlighting a Bulls player whose name I wasn't reading because I was too concerned with the copyright problem. It is Malik Monk, by the way. I gotta make sure that I guess as long as I record these early, it should be all right. Halliburton brings the ball up the floor. Monk with the ball. Kicks over to Halliburton. Halliburton for 2. Buries it, and it's a 6-point lead for the Chicago Bulls. Good, quick possession for Chicago. Oh, it's like a little hand coming through. Oh, that's fun. It's going to block the ball. Hunter trying to drive inside. Gets fouled on the way to the basket, but can't get the bucket to go. Monk picks up his first personal foul. And Washington will go to the line to shoot 2. There is a made free throw. Second free throw's no good. Washington's hovering around 50% from that free throw line. You're looking at a 5-point game. 3 of those, I mean, even 2 of those makes it a 1-possession game. It's out of bounds. Chicago ball blocked out of bounds. As I hop up for just a second. Buried the
3-point field goal.
Nose has been giving me some trouble. Ingram, the other way down the floor, nothing. 31-23. Believe the largest lead of the game for either team. I don't know that Washington's ever had a lead in this game. Unless they led 2-0 and they were the first team to get a bucket. Which actually might have been the case. Halliburton deep 2. Rattles out. Williams picks up the rebound. There's a nice shot on the other end. I believe Jalen Brunson. That is indeed Jalen Brunson. And it is 31-25. Halliburton's got to be aware of that backcourt line. He'll take a step inside the three-point line and let one go. It's no good. Too strong off the back iron. Brunson. Working with the ball. Bounce pass over. Hunter. Ooh. Why did he not drive the basket? It's hard to argue when the shot gets made, but if you're looking at it from the standpoint of higher percentage, is going to be at that rim. Couple good possessions there for the Washington Wizards. Cut into this lead a little bit, down to 4. Halliburton beats his man and pushes it back out to 6. We're going to see a Wizards timeout. The Wizards have taken 3 timeouts. They've been fairly effective at timeout usage. Ooh, jaw-dropping performance. Wizards have to get the ball in, and that was where you chose to go with it. Interesting, okay. We set the screen, drive inside, it's a bounce pass to Williams. Williams, inside, gets the foul, but can't get the bucket to go. And Sengun picks up his 3rd personal foul of the game. That one rattles home. That one rattles home as well. So 2 for 2 from the line. 33-29, Bulls lead with about 2 minutes to go here in quarter number 3. Halliburton inside to Alexander Walker, just inside the free throw line. That pushes it back out to 6. Wizards have had enough to stick around in this game, but they have not had enough to get over the hump. Brunson for 3. He gets it to go, and that slices the lead in half. 35-32. Gonna be a foul. Williams' 2nd foul of the day. Kind of calls it on himself there. Sengun. They said Sengun. He pushes it out to 4 on the free throw. We'll go ahead and skip this as we take a quick peek at some NFL scores I realize I haven't looked at today. Dismiss. Rattles it in. 37-32. Smith for 3. No good. Okay, anything interesting? Ooh, Bears and Vikings are going to overtime. Tampa Bay wins big. Detroit wins big. No surprise, no surprise. Texans fall to the Titans. That's a bit of a surprise. As the 3 rattles out. The Dolphins somehow continue to beat the Patriots in Miami. It is wild. Green Bay plays Miami on Thanksgiving, which I'm excited about because I'll get to watch it. And Carolina just barely beats, Kansas City just barely beats Carolina. Though I'm curious if this is a game where the score looks closer. Was it 27-16? Score looks closer than it was. Oh, actually, no, because they were able to tie the game. Panthers were able to tie the game, and they gave up a last-second field goal. Monk inside. That one definitely was not blocked. Okay, so some good games going on today in the NFL. Packers play the 49ers here in about 7 minutes recording time. That's been the problem with the Wizards. They've just had untimely turnovers I like that defense from the Wizards. Violation. They're going to go out of bounds. Bulls ball. That is unfortunate. That's a bad break for the Wizards. It's a bad turnover on the other side of the ball, or on the other side of the court. Hey, they turn it into a turnover anyway. Smith Jr. is going to have to take a three from the logo. No good. Some funky ends to the quarters here in DC. As the Bulls lead by 5. They can go undefeated in pool play with a win today and a win against the Celtics. That would lock them a spot in the tournament, the in-game tournament. Or the in-season tournament, excuse me. Which I think is kind of a cool idea. It's like a little confusing to be like, here, some of these games do count and some of these games don't count for stats and records. The championship game being the one that like doesn't. Oh, another horrendous, that was near turnover. Goes tumbling out of bounds. It's 5-on-4. Nice job to get the 3 up and good. That might have been a backbreaking turnover if that went the Bulls' way. Because that quickly could have gone from a 5-point game to a 7-point game. And while we've seen DC keep it interesting throughout this game, just those untimely turnovers, those heinous turnovers, and there's a bad defensive play, have really been their undoing today. A good offensive set there by the Bulls to drag up a second defender, making a nice easy layup on the interior. Brunson turnaround 3 off the glass, no good. I hate that. No one else touched the ball. I wouldn't even be surprised if Brunson... I wouldn't be surprised if Brunson had, like, some of the higher points on the team, but, like, really bad field goal percentage. Good defense by the Wizards there, and not a terrible foul. Richards picks up his first. And does at least force the shot to miss. Halliburton, 13 points on 6-9 shooting. Knocks down both, and it's a 6-point lead for the Bulls. Stop me if you have heard that before. Brunson, step inside the 3-point line for 2, rattles it home, and it's 43-39. Wizards are 15 of 29, the Bulls are 16 of 32. That is exactly 15%. The Wizards slightly over 50%. I'd say 50%. Monk out to Almada. Better ball movement here on this Bulls side. Alexander Walker's going to have to put up a 3 deep in the shot clock. It doesn't go, and that's a good defensive set for the Wizards. Nobody really got to the interior. There's a nice little... There you go. There you go. No one for the Bulls got into the interior. The Wizards do what they have struggled with throughout this game, which is get a good, easy layup. Halliburton, no! I thought he had a shot at it. That is what the Bulls... That's the difference. That's the difference in the game. You see the Bulls make that play. You see the Wizards take their, I think, the 4th timeout of the game. And this one, with one... too much time, 2:41. I got tricked by the time left in the timeout. I don't know that Chicago's ever needed to take a timeout. That's a foul, and the shot is no good, so Monk picks up his second. First team foul. We're halfway through quarter number 4. Man, the Wizards have been so bad from the free throw line today. I bet if they make half of their missed free throws, they have this game tied. Working with the screen from Green. There's a nice job by the Wizards. They read that. That was a beautifully read play. Bulls do a good job to fill the lane, and it's Brunson again kind of just throwing up what feels like a prayer. Slow it down. There's a defender right there. There's another nice play inside, but the ball has just not bounced the Wizards' way. It looks like they get a hand on it. They had the block that went for the basket. I like that play from Brunson. Split the defenders, had the step. 13 minutes, 12 points. He's shooting 50% from the floor, which actually is higher than I would have assumed. I would have guessed he would have been closer to 40. Halliburton for three. Gets it to go 50-44. Tyrese Halliburton. 18 points tonight, 7 here in this quarter. Brunson again drives inside, 2 defenders. It's a really late pass that Williams does a tremendous job holding on to. Green gets involved and forces a jump ball. Jump ball goes the Wizards' way, so there you go. Brunson's going to have to put up a shot here. And the prayer is answered off the glass. 50-46. Straight ones on the clock. Halliburton to Monk. Back to Halliburton. Drive it inside. Good rotation there by Williams to help out Brunson. Gets him off his feet. I thought I would have liked to see him go to the basket there. Grant's going to throw it up against Ingram. No good. I'd like to see Brandon Ingram get a little more involved. He was a name that we called a lot more in the first quarter. That's a heinous turnover. You cannot do that. That is a Brett Favrean interception. That is disgusting. I was trying to be positive and get him more involved in the game, but now I like that they're not fouling here. It's okay to take some time off the clock. And you get, why'd you foul there? Why'd you do that? If you were going to foul, foul immediately. If you weren't going to foul, let them throw up a shot at the end of the shot clock. What? Okay, not the worst then. Still bad, but not great. Washington takes their final timeout with 21.7. I think you were seeing why the Bulls are one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. Just from a record perspective, they have done so much to pull this game back in their favor. Every time Washington got a run, they got a 4-0 swing, a 5-0 swing to close it down to a one-possession game. Their defense showed up. They hit a big shot. Brunson decides to trade for 2. They're going to foul. Hopefully we don't ever have to watch this Wizards team because I hate it. This is disgusting. Some of the worst turnovers we've seen all season long. Williams III has been fantastic. Ingram started good, but then as soon as I pointed him out, he was like, nah. Not going to worry about that. Brunson's just jacking up shots. Ingram takes the 3 at the buzzer. Doesn't matter. 53-46, a 7-point deficit. Washington was really bad from the free throw line. Their turnovers were consistently when they were trying to get the ball into the paint, and they just couldn't do it. I did not enjoy watching this team, and I think that'll be the one time that we do. I think we'd actually had him on the channel before, but who can remember? Halliburton was great in this one. Brunson at one point was 50% field goal, but I think he missed his final 3 shots or so. Take a look at that box score. Jalen Brunson, 14 on 6 of 13 shooting. I guess he just... What? Okay. 6 of 13 shooting. Robert Williams III. He was 2 of 3 from the floor. He had 9 rebounds, 8 points. Ingram was 3 for 6. 1 for 3 from deep. Had a rebound and an assist. He had nothing in the second half and only took 1 shot. Had that really bad turnover, though. And the first half went off for 7 points. And the first quarter went off for 7 points. Yeesh. DeAndre Hunter. Podziemski. Tyrese Halliburton, your player of the game, had 18 on 7 to 10 shooting in 15 minutes. Monk was right behind him. 13 points, had a rebound, a couple of assists for both those guys. Şengün, 9 points on 3 of 4 from the floor. Monk didn't look great. 5 for 11 isn't ideal, but 3 of 5 from deep isn't terrible. Draymond Green, we didn't really call his name. He had a couple of assists. He did have 5 rebounds, 4 points on the afternoon. And then you have a bunch of guys with 2. Pretty good balanced attack from the Chicago Bulls, and I don't know. It feels like the Wizards just aren't a super good team, excuse me. And that is how it will end. So, this means that if we take a look at the NBA Cup standings, we'll probably do that throughout this video. We will see that the Chicago Bulls now 3-0. If they beat the Celtics, they will be 4-0, and they will be in the tournament. Celtics are going to need a win. And I can't remember. It might be head-to-head, so that would probably give the Celtics the victory. No, it wouldn't, because the Celtics have one more game. Who do the Celtics play on the 3rd? They must have to play somebody. Ooh. Celtics? No, they'd be 3-1. They'd have 4 games. Never mind. Right? Is that right? Yeah, that'd be 4 games. Never mind. Got excited. Anyway, let's jump into game number 2. I was right. Daily View. We're going to be taking a look at the Rockets taking on the Timberwolves. This, again, is the Rockets. They're 2-0. They're taking on a Timberwolves team who is 1-1. This is the West Group A battle for first. If the Timberwolves win, they will be tied for first. It should be a good one here. Oh, that is a terrific court. Let's go. I love it. It's like Nickelodeon Slime, Futurama Slurm, and Wizard of Oz Green. Go see Wicked in theaters now. Is that cover star Jason Tatum? I gotta show the Beeb this floor. She would love it. She doesn't care about sports, but I do like sure. What's happening with the voice there? Here's a look at the standings in the Western Conference. Utah at 12-4. Dallas right there at 13-5. Memphis, Sacramento. A couple of play-in teams. Minnesota and Houston. Darius Garland, Bradley Beal, Jason Tatum, and Barnes. Scotty Barnes? Your key matchup of the day. I like these Timberwolves uniforms. I feel like that's how you kind of do the green color correct. Because it seems like they're going for that Seahawks style blue with the neon green. This is just a lot more pleasing to the eyes. Oh, the texture on the bottom of the floor. Jason Tatum. That's a heat check 3. He was feeling good in pregame. My goodness. Barnes inside to Davis. Davis slams it home, and Minnesota quickly out to a lead. Both teams' first possessions combined were shorter than the first possession of the last game, which I think was the Wizards. Bagley into Beal. Beal fights through some contact. Does a good job to get it up and in on Thompson, who I believe is the cover star of some of those packs we were doing before the season started. Those pack videos might be coming back. Looks like they have those NBA Hoops packs are so perfect for that video because there's 15 cards. Minnesota responds nicely, and it's 4-2. Garland, oh, beautiful step back move, just couldn't get it to go. A little off to his right there. Beal runs up the floor. Oh, nice shot by Davis. Just read that excellently. He ran the play better than the offense did. White for 3. Gets it to go, and it's a 7-2 game. Kobe White. Big 3. Jason Tatum drives inside, gets fouled on the way to the basket. Davis calls it on himself, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
First team foul. 2 shots. Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum. It's like somebody's using like a bad bad vocal changer. 2 for 2 from the line goes Tatum, and it's 7-4. Thompson throws it up and in. Garland brings it up the floor, White on him. Beal to Garland. Garland straightaway 3, fires it, and it's good. Bounce pass to the corner. Davis is going to try and bail him out. We're late in the shot clock here. He's going to get into the paint. Flips it up off the glass. It hits the front iron and rattles out. Team slumming down a little bit here. That was a longer possession for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Garland into Tatum. Tatum, one-on-one. Floats it up there. Left it maybe a little short. Gary Payton II comes up. The floor with the ball. Alley-oop, and that was just a disaster. Johnson with the easy interception. It's going back the other way for the Houston Rockets. Beal fires. No good. Feel like maybe both teams could benefit from slowing down a little bit. Oh my goodness. That was big brother, little brother right there. I'm going to just stick a hand up. Tatum with a nice job to get his hand in on the ball yet again to smack it away. .121. Oh my God, where did Davis come from? Where did Anthony Davis come from? That was incredible. Oh, it's like it's not even fair. Garland's going up with the ball, and it's just... That's a nightmare. Where was Davis with excellent closing speed? He's guarding who? Thompson out here? Yeah. That rules. Can we get like a nice shot? I want this court in the background. The problem is that it's like right behind the backboard. Oh, here we go. It's a little action shot right there. We maybe raise it up a little bit. Kind of pull it forward a little. Problem is that Davis has such a height against him. We can zoom out a little bit. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's helpful. Problem is now that it feels like the court's in. Oh, there we go. Oh, look at that depth. That looks kind of heinous, honestly. Actually, we need to get his face in there a little more. Oh yeah, we could back it up a little bit. There we go. He came out of nowhere. That is an incredible block. So Houston will take a timeout after the block. Timberwolves dancers. How's the mascot looking today? Mascot looking good there, Timberwolves? We got some score updates creeping through. Inside to Bagley. Hey, Bagley ties it up at 9. There we go. All right, Packers win. Cowboys win a wild one. Gross. I didn't need that update, you piece of garbage. However, knowing that the Packers scored a touchdown is good, as Minnesota goes right back down the floor and scores. Oof, long three, no good. Barnes comes away with the rebound. Wild to see the San Francisco 49ers at 5-5 in 4th place in the West, NFC West, and the Packers are 7-3, 3rd place in the NFC North. Barnes inside, spins around, nice kick. The three's no good off the back iron. Bogdanovich comes away with the ball. And the Minnesota Vikings win, which is a positive. So the Bears have lost on a game-winning field goal made by the Vikings. And then in the previous week, the Packers, as you saw on this channel, blocked a field goal to win it. So misery for Bears fans, as they deserve. Nice shot by Bogdanovich. And that'll end the first quarter. A good one here between the Rockets and the Timberwolves, and not just because the court looks awesome. It is kind of a Christmassy matchup, though. We get ready to enter the month of December 2024. Gross. I hate it. Thanks. Bow, 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 bow. Oh, there's that mascot. Let's go! Not wearing the cool jersey, though. 11-11 here at the start of the second. I do love the Minnesota Lynx and the Minnesota Timberwolves being so linked up on their logo and color. It's great. Will we see a random rosters WNBA season? Hopefully. We'll have to take a look at that. Wallace inside fouled on the way to the basket. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. So 10 seconds in, we're into the second quarter. We're looking at a couple of free throws. Basket is no good. What I would need is NBA 2K to update after the WNBA draft and allow you to go to the 2025 season rather than the 2024 season. Rattles the second one home. 1 for 2 from the line. I forgot to take a look at how many free throws the one team missed in the last game. The Wizards missed. Granted, the Bulls missed a couple here and there, but the Wizards were just bad in like every like possible way at the worst possible time. Nice job there by Wagner. The other end of the floor. Houston takes the lead, 13-12. Sets the screen. Williams, he'll stop and pop. Fire the 3 straight away and no good. Garland with the rebound. Back up the floor. He has a shot at a good look from 3, but elects to pass. Bogdanovich, going to set a screen there for him. He'll take the little sup there. The defense was a tad hesitant on it. Like, hey, just commit. I know you're kind of stuck in a lose-lose situation, but I don't think the other defender was in too bad a position. Houston, though, with a nice little 4-0 swing to give them a 3-point lead. After the 1 for 2 from the free throw line, the Minnesota Timberwolves have only scored that 1 point here in the first minute and a half of this quarter. That's a great block. There's another great block. The Timberwolves have 3 terrific blocks in this game, 2 of them coming on the same possession. See if they can slow it down here just a little bit. Oh, there you go. That is an excellent read. Oh, he had it. He had it all the way and couldn't pay it off. Garland on the little screen set there. He'll take kind of a runner 3. It's no good. Didn't love that shot. It's stolen and put back by Naismith. Points off turnovers. Rockets 4, Timberwolves 3. And the Timberwolves will take a timeout. It was 11-11 going into the second quarter. It is now 17-12. A 6-1 run in the first 2:15 of this second quarter. Davis back in the game. One-on-one with Wagner. Wagner? I'm not really sure what the music is this play. It's like very, we're at a grocery store. Davis is going to just have to put up the shot from where he stands and gets it to rattle home. That's actually a pretty good defense by the Rockets. I think you would take that, even though it's a make. You're like, hey, we ate a lot of the shot clock and forced him a pretty deep 2. Oh. Tatum, somebody came down in the zone, it looked like. Maybe he's okay. Whoa. No foul call? That's... You gotta give the shooter space to land. I'd be curious to see if Houston takes a timeout when they get possession of the ball. Tatum seems to be moving okay, but... Yeah, they do. Okay. Yeah, he was able to get back, but I don't think that he was moving particularly. Yeah, he's grabbing at that hip. That's a big... That could be huge. We could be looking at another situation where it's like, ah, crap, we have a Kevin Durant situation where he gets injured for like 2 to 4 weeks. Do they bring out the mascot at all? 20-16. Potential big injury. We'll have to keep an eye on the bottom ticker in the next couple of games that we take a look at. Bogdanovich rolls around. Ooh, buries the 3. Pushes it out to a 7-point lead. A disastrous second quarter here. A 12-4 run in the last 3.5 minutes. And that discounts the Timberwolves one of their points. Technically it's a 12-5, now 12-7 run. I guess you butter knife it a little bit to make it look more dramatic one way or the other. Beal holds on to the ball, gets a screen set as they're eating some of this clock. Beal for 3. Off the back iron, no good. Davis with a good opportunity to push for a 2-for-1. I like what Barnes is doing. Hey, get to the rim. Force them to give you the ball back with at least another look at it. I like that play. I like the way that worked. It's unfortunate that it didn't end in points to kind of do a 3-point lead, but still good aggression. Bogdanovich driving inside, fires over White. That's off the back iron, no good. And we'll see if the Wolves, they should hold for the final shot. But I guess if you have a look you like. I don't like that look. Yikes. Gonna give Beal an opportunity from, oh God, from half court. So a couple of bad possessions there for Minnesota, though I did like the aggression. They can't close the deficit. It's 23-18. Houston at the half. $10,000 shot. An interview. $10,000 shot. Oh no, it said it's a bear on a bike. Let's go! Yeah! Look at that. Is that as cool as a $10,000 shot? Absolutely not. Why is it in the game? You know what I mean? What a waste of time. Around the league, some games. We'll actually be taking a look at that Spurs Jazz game next. And then we'll kind of decide where we want to go from there. Is it a 5-game day? Is it a 4-game day? Huge second quarter for the Houston Rockets. You can see there, 12-7. Tatum, 5 points and an assist. Anthony Davis, 6 points, 4 rebounds. As we get ready for half number 2. There's Larry, look at him. Going absolutely ham on that bike. 23-16 as we get ready with some Kobe White highlights. Pull-up jumper there. Interesting that they're highlighting a player from the losing team. And also a player that wasn't even the, top performer on their team. At half. Oh, no. Oh, Tatum's back out on the floor with the PlayStation Plus logo. Feels like that's not a great sign. Or maybe a good sign, but maybe not a great idea. Rockets hold a 2-0 lead here. Thompson for 3. He can't get it to go. It's a really bad pass. Minnesota has just looked so bad offensively for a quarter plus now. They've had opportunities to... They've missed their last 4 shots from the floor. Tatum's out there injured, picking up steals. Spins. That's a little too strong. Houston Rockets, no points in over 2 minutes. And that's how the Minnesota Timberwolves got their first points of the second quarter, was from the free throw line. Two for 2 from the line. And that gets the scoring started here in the third. 23-20. Sets the screen, giving Tatum some room to get to the lane. He fires it, and it's foul. He is fouled on the way up to the basket. Barnes picks up his first personal foul. And we're looking at 2 free throws for the Houston Rockets. And from an injured, heroic Jason Tatum. Kobe White brings up the ball. We're going to see a Timberwolves timeout. This offense just hasn't looked good for a while now. I think you take a timeout, see if you can settle them into some kind of rhythm. Maybe look at it and go, hey, oh my goodness. The Houston Rockets are 2-0 with a 28-point differential. That's ridiculous. Not exactly sure who Houston plays next. We need some other results to kind of come in, and we can take a look at some of the situations. It's always the tough thing about doing this, and that's why you look at why it's a spin wheel and figure out the games from there. Is to just kind of go like, I don't know what the record's going to be on Wednesday. This game looks good now, but... Tatum for 3. It's interesting, that animation kind of looks like he didn't want to land on that right hip. Looked like he landed pretty squarely on the left, leaving that right foot off the ground a little bit. That's what it looked like. I mean, hey, the power of NBA 2K. Davis inside. Flips it up. It's no good. Both teams have hit a bit of a cold streak. Coming out of halftime. They're getting Tatum the ball a lot, but he's not making shots. I like the aggression there, and good job to follow through on the missed basket. That cuts the line. Tatum is 1 for 6 from the floor. If he's that bad and injured, pull him. Tatum for 3. It rattles home. Sometimes a little better to be lucky than good. That is just not good. So he's 2 for 7 from the floor. Both of his makes are from 3. As we see Minnesota respond nicely. How frustrating must this kind of game be for Minnesota? You have an injured... You have an injured Jason Tatum. You have them held to no points, minimal points over this entire quarter and even into the second quarter a little bit. And you still can't get the lead. You cannot put together enough of a stretch to tie the game, to take the lead. That is a wild, wacky pass to Davis. Follows the miss, puts it back up, makes it. And there Minnesota gets the lead, right as I'm talking about how they can't get the lead. You're talking about they're shooting 48% from the floor. The Rockets are 37%. As we see a timeout here. And Jason Tatum hobbling off the floor backwards. Timberwolves dancers. So here we go. Minute and a half. This could get interesting. This, with the Tatum injury, and depending on how this fourth quarter goes, obviously in the last minute 20. There's a nice looking, I mean, goodness, I don't even know if that's a nice looking three. Houston's last couple of shots have rattled in on 4 or 5 little dribbles and drops. It's been weird to look at. Barnes drives the lane and can't get the basket to go. Tatum injured. The PlayStation Plus logo fouled on his way to the basket. Tatum does have a couple of free throws as well to add on to his pretty limited offensive output. He's 2 for 7 from the floor. Misses that shot. Does have 10 points, which is a third of what Houston has. But he misses both from the line. I don't know why he's on the floor. Flies into the lane to try and get the layup, but cannot get it to drop. Oh my goodness. Garland rattles the 3 home. Minnesota just is a confusing team to watch. This Rockets team has not played well. It's a pass that's like a second or two too late and a little wild. Why is the audio so desunk with the crowd claps? Richardson crosses over, steps back, 3! No good. 4 Rockets there for the rebound and a 5-point lead. There's a steal for Wallace. You got to try and get that up a little bit, up the floor a little bit. Wallace from the free throw line buries it with 0.4 to go, and hey, it's going to be a 1-possession game going into the fourth quarter. But Houston is in a good position right now to try and get themselves into the in-season tournament. The injury to Tatum and a loss here could severely dampen those hopes. We'll see how things go in quarter number 4. It's 34-31. More NBA Cup after this fade to black. All right. It's been a low-scoring effort. Teams have gone on large stretches of not scoring. Houston starts the fourth with the ball, up 3. Bogdanovic fouled on his way to the basket. Good to see Tatum on the bench. He's injured and has not looked good. It's a big shot right there. Rattles that one out, and Williams comes away with the rebound. 1 for 2 from the line. It's a 4-point game. Good job to fight through the screen. Drives into the paint and stepped out of bounds. Just stepped out of bounds. I hate it. I hate it. Here's a look at the Minnesota Timberwolves' upcoming schedule. They have the Kings, Clippers, Lakers, Clippers. Beal for three. Gets it. My goodness. Wallace brings the ball up the floor. For Tillman. Richardson's going to take a three, and he'll get it to go. 38-34. Curious if we get some of these results, if there's any way that they'll notate that they've clinched their group, that we wouldn't have to really worry about their group anymore. We could just focus on some other more interesting stuff. Williams Jr. looks like he's battling a little bit of an injury. Richardson with the ball. Timberwolves down 6. It's a nice play. Okay. Wagner was in a good position. It's just a better pass. They need him on the Wizards because they really wanted to run that play. And we'll see a timeout here. That's a great timeout. That's a terrific timeout. I'm not exactly sure who took it. Doesn't really matter because it's 14 or 17 seconds before the 3 minutes where you just cut a couple of timeouts out. So that's a good timeout to use. Packers really need to win this game against the 49ers. Just a quick NFL note, because the 49ers have a backup quarterback in. They're up 10, so that's good news. Johnson. Step back 3. Oh, that's a terrific offensive rebound. Huge. Under 3 to go. Both teams now get they're cut down to the 2 timeouts. Barnes for 3. Can't get it to rattle in. The ball has been bouncing the Houston Rockets way throughout this game. Tatum back on the floor, injured and all. Finds Johnson. Beal drives. I'm a little surprised he didn't try to drive toward the hoop. The defenders looked like they were beat, and then the step back gave him an opportunity to recover just a little bit. It didn't matter. Nobody got a hand in his face, so who cares? Nice throw inside. Davis kind of loses the handle and can't get the basket to go. That has been the Timberwolves game all day long. You get like a nice play, but it doesn't quite work out the way you want it to. A little bit of a bobble. Player ends up out of position. The basket doesn't drop. And you talk about Houston, how they've rattled so many of their shots home at times. The ball just did not bounce the Timberwolves' way today. They still have an opportunity. Bagley had a foul and then just threw the ball out of bounds. Not intentional. It's an 8-point game with 142. Some good defense here. You can do something. Barnes has to make the second free throw. He can't get it to go. Tatum's had an off game and he's injured. You have to be able to take advantage of this. You go back to those large stretches where both the Rockets and the Timberwolves could not make any points. That was a great opportunity for one of those teams to get mild, like lukewarm. Just get like room temperature. And you could pull away in this game, but neither team could do that. Houston's done just enough. Tatum at the basket. He is just not... Why is he on the floor? With a minute to go, you got to sit him down. Seven-point game. Davis gets the 2 to drop. 5 points with 45 seconds to go. You see maybe... I was going to say you maybe see one defensive possession, or you just start fouling immediately. I don't think the 2 really helps you in that scenario. Okay, so they do the 1 foul. They leave the... They left the 3 wide open. I mean, that's great design by the Rockets. The Minnesota Timberwolves completely lost him. I'd be kind of curious. Let's see if we can take a look at the replay. Can we? Oops. Where do we? Nope. Over here. Wow. It's just terrible defense. Oops. It's awful defense. Who's over here? Is that Amen Thompson? Thompson on Beal. They get some motion. What happens? Why does he run up the floor? Beal stands there the whole time. Hold on, let's zoom out here. Everybody's guarded okay. This is just awful deep. What the hell happened in this? What happened in this scenario? Who were they going for? It was like Garland or Thompson knew that Kobe White was going to bite on one move. Or he's supposed to go... They got kind of collided with, but look how far he's just... Ugh, God. That's disgusting. That feels like a very video game basketball play. Like the game knows it's going to hit a move so that one person tries to overcompensate and then... I don't know. That was a mess. That should do it. We shouldn't see any more fouling. It's an 8-point game with 30 seconds to go. Garland still driving, kicks to the corner. Johnson for 3. He gets it to go. This is what Minnesota needed earlier. Houston has taken advantage of Minnesota's inability to score. They've been able to do enough to pull out to an 11-point lead. It's going to throw them to 3-0 in the Cup. In the Cup standings in the West A. Yes, West A. Thompson fouled on the way to the basket. 6 points, 3 rebounds, and he can't get the free throw. My goodness. Wow. And that will do it. So the Rockets come in. The score is a little more lopsided than the game actually was. It was pretty close for most of it. Houston did what they needed to do to pull away there at the end to make it look more lopsided than it was. At 50-39, the Timberwolves are not a good-looking team. Rockets did have a lot of bounces go their way. But that'll do it. I'll do it for game number 2 here in Minnesota. Let's take a quick look at the box score. Anthony Davis was 5 of 9 shooting, 10 points, 10 rebounds. Kobe White looked pretty good, 3 for 4. Was 1 for 1 from deep. But then you have Amen Thompson was 2 for 6. Scotty Barnes was 2 for 7. And a couple guys putting in just a little bit. Just getting a little bit. You need Thompson to make a couple more shots. You need Barnes to make a couple more shots. Maybe try to get Kobe White the ball a touch more. The Rockets, though, they didn't look super great today. Going to be curious what the news is on the Jason Tatum injury. He was in abysmal 2 for 10. And even that shot that you see there in the highlight rattled home. So he got a little bit more of the bounce. He was 2 for 5 from 3. His free throws were 4 for 6. So you're looking at 40% of his points coming from the line. He was either from the free throw line or beyond the arc. Not a great game for him. I know he was playing injured, but even before that, I don't think looked particularly good. Darius Garland and Bojan Bogdanovic make this a nice balanced 4 team. Marvin Bagley III, he was 2 for 2 with 4 points. So there you go. Can we look at let's go quickly with the team comparison. Free throws, the Timberwolves were 4 for 8. And the Rockets were pretty bad as well. 5 for 8 from the free throw line. Gross. So that'll do it for game number 2 here as we move on. And I get some more virtual credits, so good for me. We are going to let's take one quick peek at the NBA Cup standings. As we look at we want the West A. Don't see anything. I guess technically they could lose. Who does Houston play next, I wonder? They're either going to play today, this day. Who am I looking for? Red, Houston. Or they're going to play this day. Houston. They play the Kings. The Kings were... No, Kings are 1-1, so the Kings would need to win both of their games that they still need to play and beat the Rockets. But a plus 39 point differential is a big win for them. So that 11-point win, pretty big when it all comes down to it. Let's go back to our daily view. We're going to take a look at the Utah Jazz for the first time this season. They're playing the San Antonio Spurs, who I know we saw last week, but whatever. Because the other game wasn't all that interesting. But we could force a win. Play game. Actually, here, let's give a little... Pop a save. Just pop a save. That's all. Daily view. Spurs. Jazz. And we are ready to roll for game number 3. Again, we have another 2-0 team. It's the San Antonio Spurs taking on a 1-1 Utah Jazz team. Can battle for first place here in the West B group, or Group B. How did the Jazz not use purple? How did the Jazz not use purple? How did the Jazz not use yellow? You're telling me they went with gray? This is a disgusting court. I hate it. Greg Popovich, 33 seasons. Wow. He started coaching there when I was like 3. No. 1 or 2, depending on exactly. He would have started coaching in, 91 then? 92 maybe? God. Utah comes away with the ball. What? These uniforms are awful. Jokovic, the big name here on the team for the Utah Jazz. San Antonio has Fred VanVleet, who's in a little bit of trouble. Looks like he poked an official the other day. I don't know that it was... I know you can't, like, if you cannot touch an official. Like, I get that. I don't know that it was, like, the intention, you know? Like, you're trying to get the attention, you're mad because you didn't get the foul call. Which, I'll be honest, I wouldn't have given him. It looked bad. It looked like a really awful shot. I don't want to reward that. Like, is there contact? Sure, but, like, you're, like, jumping into him trying to get the call. You're not trying to earn a call. Those are my least favorite fouls. I'm not the biggest basketball watcher in the world. I understand that. But I do hate when a shooter leans into a defender from, like, on, like, a jump shot, and it's like, what? You didn't have to do that? If you're trying to get position, whatever, like, there's times for it, but that Fred VanVleet thing was just like, you are clearly trying to draw. You're trying to get a call. You're not even trying to draw a foul. You're just trying to get a call. It's gross. Utah quickly out to a 4-0 lead. This is good for me. I need some chaos here as we wind down NBA Cup season. Nembhard with the ball. Jimmy Butler, whose name I don't believe we really called much in the last week's episode. He'll fire for 3 and can't get it to go. Jokic comes away with a rebound. And a good start here for the Utah Jazz. Fires inside for Suggs. Rattles around the rim and drops. So a very quick start here. San Antonio looks a little lost. I can't believe this. This floor sucks. There's only one other game in this day's results to work with, which is the Lakers and the... Oh, boy. Lakers and the Suns. What a disgusting turnover that is. San Antonio 4.5 games out of first place, but in the 10 spot, looking pretty good. Utah number 1 overall in the West. 6-0 and a bad turnover there. An offensive 3-second violation gives the Jazz the ball back. Tried to back down Butler, but it didn't work. That's mean, game. I don't know why you're telling us. Yeah, it's shocking. When they have 0 points on the scoreboard, they haven't scored any points since the game started. Butler spins. And finally puts the stop to the scoreless streak. 2 minutes and 35 seconds or so. Does feel like Utah's methodical pace has actually benefited a slow-starting San Antonio team. Slow-starting San Antonio team, as they have been able to go, hey, we're only down a couple of possessions here. It's not a 10 or 12-point deficit. It's a 6-point deficit. I thought that ball was going out of bounds. Van Fleet cuts it down to 3. Okay, KD out 2 to 4 weeks. I bet we'll get an update on in the Thursday games. Team doctors with Jason Tatum. Sarah? Have to keep an eye on the Kings results. Van Fleet off the glass, no good. Might actually, after this game, see what kind of results we need to look at for some interesting stuff next time. Oh, it's a good offensive rebound. Couldn't get it. Who did it last touch? Oh, it last touched the San Antonio Spurs. Utah's going to take a timeout. As we take a look at Jimmy Butler heading off the court. Suggs with 5 points. Van Fleet with 3. We're going to see some substitutions for the final minute 9 here of the first quarter. It's good news for the Spurs. Van Fleet. Oh my goodness. Was that intercepted or was that just a really bad one? Hold on. I mean, Van Fleet throws this up. It's didn't look great. I was a little surprised. We saw this with the Timberwolves in the last game. No, that's just an interception. I mean, that's just a terrific interception right there. Oops. Just terrific. (8-5) here for Utah. We did see Minnesota try a couple of alley-oops where you're like, you're losing? What? You're losing and it's like late in the game. Suggs for 3. Can't get it to go. Not a great quarter for either team as Williams drives. Floats it and finds the bucket. 8 on 8 there. I can't believe how awful all this Jazz stuff looks like. Mathurin looking like he's going to wait for the final shot. About a 3-second difference, 2 or 3 second difference. He's going to just have to take a 3, step inside the 3-point line, long 2, no good. And an 8-7 quarter comes to a close. Utah got off to a great start, but it's been a 7-2 run for the Spurs to close it within 1. More action coming up as we talk over some hopefully generic music that doesn't get my video banned in Belarus again. Restricted. I don't know if banned is the right word. Quarter number 2 coming your way, a 1-point game. my god. Wait, like, what? Did an offensive penalty just negate an interception? Green Bay, please stop throwing interceptions. I need to look at how many interceptions Jordan Love has thrown as Van Fleet throws up a 2 off the glass and good. San Antonio's first lead of the night caps off a little 9-2 run here. Jazz got off to a strong start, but they haven't looked great over the last half quarter or so. That's a dangerous pass, but up and in. Okay, what is happening? What is happening here? Penalty on San Francisco defense of too many men on the field, 5 yards and forced to San Francisco, 10, no play. Who has the ball? So it's 2nd down and 2. So an illegal shift on the offense negated an interception that Jordan Love threw. And then the San Francisco 49ers got called for too many men on the field? What is happening in that game? That's going to be an interesting highlight to look at. Actually, I don't really love the NFL highlights, but that's okay. Nice little bounce pass inside. Okoro tried to get the finger roll to land, but did not work. Washington up the floor for the Spurs as he drives inside. Fouled on the way to the basket. That was a hard foul. I'd imagine they would have to call flagrants if, like, applicable. I don't know how exactly you would do that, but I don't know how you would call that in a video game, I guess. And the Packers score. So good news for me. Russell, wide around the basket, gets it to go, and the foul. Van Fleet's first team foul. Utah goes back out front. Opportunity for a 3-point play the old way. Russell buries the basket, and it's 2 points for Utah. 13-11, so it's now 17-10 or 17-0 Packers. That's going to be a fascinating sequence to look at. Van Fleet ties it up, next trip down the floor, and now it's Russell. I thought he was going to take it. He beat Van Fleet, who I think I picked on quite a bit in last week's episode. For getting beat defensively, there were a couple of guys that were like, oh, God. Mathurin, he gets it to rattle home, and that's a deep shot clock, too. Field goals, 6 for 15 for the Jazz, 5 for 10 for the Spurs. Nice block there. It'll stay San Antonio ball. What a good job to get his hand in the way there. Russell thinks Fred Van Fleet apparently stinks. Van Fleet to Butler. Jimmy Butler's not a name we have called a ton. Pointed him out when he walked to the sideline for a timeout, but he drives. It just absolutely bullied Mathurin out of the way. Russell comes up the floor. Inside to Jokic. Oh, we got to take that. It's a deep 2 and almost an offensive rebound. Van Fleet almost got destroyed by the... Is he Serbian, I believe? I guess you could say multi-time MVP. Van Fleet going to have to jack up a shot. Oh, almost got it to go. Good job by the Utah Jazz defense, and probably wasn't a great set there by the San Antonio Spurs offense. It's a little too strong off the back rim. You need to see The ball into Butler's hand. I do think that Jokic on the floor changes that mentality or that idea. Williams for two, rattles home. San Antonio back out front, 17-15. Timeout, Jazz. 1:07 to go here in the second. Jokic couldn't get it to go. 0 points in 2 minutes for the Utah Jazz. That's allowed San Antonio to stick around in this game. Both teams have had long streaks of no points. San Antonio started with no points for 2 minutes and then 2.5 minutes. Now you're looking at about that same kind of time frame for the Jazz. You find a wide open three and splashes it home to take a 1-point lead. 17.1 to go here. San Antonio likely holding for the final shot. I don't think either team has played particularly well today. We've had a couple of games again between Western Conference teams that have just felt slow. Jokic fires a three. Didn't matter. Didn't get out of his hand. It was gross. 18-17. It's been a weird game. Weird couple of games. 35 total points. As we take a look at an interview. Yeah, this isn't what we wanted. The Jazz is like some sort of Sasquatch mascot thing. Yeah. And we will head to half, a 1-point deficit. Lakers, Kings, Suns, Bulls. So that's San Antonio's last game is against a Suns team that's, as of now, I believe 0-2 in cup play. (18-17). Each team with 10 points. Jalen Suggs, 5 points, 1 assist, 7-3-1 for Fred Van Fleet. Points, rebounds, assists. That's your halftime report. Let's head back out for the start of the third quarter as we watch them pull up the trampolines off the floor of the halftime entertainment. And we take a quick peek at the Packers game. Am I going to be happy? Kind of. Mildly. I love that little shot there. Just holds up in the air and bam, knocks it home. San Antonio back out front, 19-18. My headset is having a bit of trouble here. That is a wild pass and an even wilder shot, and maybe wildest that it went in. That pass was well behind its intended receiver and somehow made that work. Van Fleet to Williams. Butler step inside the three-point line, no good. Saric? Not exactly sure on the last name. Saric? Something about that clicks in my head. Oh, nice job by another name I can't pronounce. Politl? Ooh, Butler couldn't get that to go. I'm a little surprised. Butler bullied his way for some points early in this game because he's a big, strong dude, and just maybe went a little too finesse there. Suggs working off the screen, tries to drive in. Van Fleet comes over to help, fights through. Van Fleet absolutely bullied. Weird timeout, like taken. Timeout by Jimmy Butler. The San Antonio Spurs will sit down and talk it over, as it is now a 3-point deficit for them. Looks like they're going to get a break as we take a look at the next league leaders assists per game. (22-19) now. Good start for the Jazz, who started the first half quite positively. Like to see a little more scoring out of these two teams. It's been a bit of a defensive struggle. Like to see the offense capitalize when it's given an opportunity. You still want to see good defensive plays. Oh my goodness, that's a good defensive play. I don't know why they're highlighting Fred VanVleet, who's 3 for 9. 1 for 4 from deep, 7 points on the day. 22-21. See, that's an excellent defensive play. It's a nice steal. Turns into points immediately. But too often, and it's probably... Too often it's just been offenses taking weird shots like that or just kind of holding onto the ball for too long, leading to weird shots. Butler loses the ball and Jokic comes away with it. He just cannot get around Jimmy Butler. Flipped inside. That's a nice pass. I thought it was going to be intercepted by the two guys. Somehow he threaded that needle for the easy bucket at the rim. And halfway gone, or halfway through the third quarter. Butler kind of trying to drive inside. That's what you need out of him. There you go. You get the basket, but you do draw the foul. You go to the line to shoot two. Ooh. Free throw shooting has been a problem throughout today's games. 1 for 2 from the line, and it's a 2-point game. Clark. Okoro? I gotta email every NBA team and be like, hey, can I get a name pronunciation guide, please? If you could match it to my random rosters lineup, that'd be great. Butler wraps around the screen, fires for 3, and buries it. 25-24 Spurs. If you're rooting for chaos, you're pulling for the Jazz in this one. Both teams will only have one more game after this. This is Utah's chance to... There's a foul on... Bulletin? This is Utah's chance to win this group, right? You got to win this game. You got to win your next one, obviously. But if you get that head-to-head matchup as the tiebreaker, that is a positive. Now, what I should do, without hopefully breaking everything, is look up how the NBA Cup works. And go back to that site that I was looking at, which was just the NBA site. And just double check where that tiebreaker is. Please don't. Head-to-head record in group play. So that would be number 1, and then it would be point differential, and then total points scored, then the record, then the random drawing, which is kind of absurd. I wonder if that would even be possible. Because you're talking about. How would the head-to-head, wouldn't that kind of just do it? Or would it just be the, like the Spurs beat, the Jazz beat the Spurs, but the Spurs beat the Lakers, but the Lakers beat the Jazz? Is that kind of the head-to-head thing? Because it feels like that should just kind of take care of it, as far as the tiebreaker is concerned. Good aggression by the Spurs to get it to Williams in the paint. Just a little turnaround jumper there. And it's 28-27. .30 seconds to go here in quarter number 3. Butler read that incredibly well. I love what they were doing there. And he stepped on the baseline, then got the ball absolutely destroyed out of his hands. So a great defensive play turns into a poor offensive turnover. It's 28-27. We'll see some substitutions. Russell holds for the final shot. Looking, drives, and fouled at 3.1 to go. Williams picks up the foul. And rattles it in. Knocks them both down. Just back to a 3-point deficit. 3.1. We'll see how aggressive they want to throw the ball up the floor. Not that aggressively. He'll take it from the other end of the floor, and no good. So 30-27. Had some defensive slugfests today, and this one is continuing the trend. 3-point game. Spurs down. I got confused on what team. I had it, and I said the wrong team. More after this. And an NFL check coming up. Okay, just trying to get like my phone to load like at all. Christian McCaffrey has 2 rushes for 3 yards. That's good stuff. But the Green Bay must be holding onto the ball a ton. Yeah, 19 minutes of possession time. That's excellent. False start. 17-0 with 1:55 in the half. So we'll see. This is a game that Green Bay needs to win with the pieces that San Francisco has out. Williams takes a 3. Oh, you got to nail that. You had the look and everything. The traffic got all bunched up. It was a disaster near the 3-point line. Might have just overthought it. Russell from the free throw line. A little foul sound there. That weird slap sound. Goes to the ground, but no foul called. Nice job getting to the rim there. 10 lead changes, 4 ties in this one. We have a 3-point deficit. Russell drives inside, fires to Matherin, out to Robinson Earl, back inside to Clark. Clark, nice left-hand finish. 10 assists, they average 12.8, 4th in the NBA for the Utah Jazz. Markelle Fultz sighting, which is probably a thing that I say every single time. Williams for 3, uses the screen effectively. A couple of times that the Spurs have had great looks at the 3-point line and just can't get them to go. Clark hands off to Russell, who works inside. Oh, couldn't get it to go. This is where the Spurs have got to figure this out. This was the same problem we saw with both the Timberwolves and the Rockets in the previous game, though the Rockets were able to figure it out late to make it an 11-point game. Robinson Earl. Russell with the bounce pass out to Coulibaly. There's a nice float pass inside. Easy jam. 7-point lead for the Jazz. This is big for them. I forget who else is 1-1 in this area. Oh, it's the Lakers and the Thunder. The Thunder, I think, are going to be a tough sell because they don't have Kevin Durant. The Lakers could be interesting. Van Fleet. Should be the A teams here for the final 2 minutes. Van Fleet goes in high off the glass. Suggs holds up in defense and comes away with a rebound. Jokic. Fall away 2. Buries it. Utah doing a good job to pull away here a little bit. 15 for 31 compared to the Spurs 12 for 30 field goals. Williams, deep 3, buries it. And trying to make it interesting or keep it interesting. 6-point game. I think you get one good defensive stand here. You still get the ball back with over a minute to go. They almost left that up to Suggs, and it's blocked. He comes away with a loose ball and drives the lane, fouled at the basket. Oh, what a turn. The Spurs, I mean, the Jazz got very lucky there. The Spurs had exactly what they wanted. Oh, my goodness. That might have just sealed the game for the Utah Jazz. The Spurs get the block. They can't come up with the loose ball, and they get the benefit of the Jazz passing up a wide open 3, only to give up 3 to the Joker. Butler trying to drive inside. Not really sure how that helps you. Hands off. Williams. Weird plays all around. Van Fleet finally does what they should have done at the start. And then they can't get the offensive. There's the difference. There's the difference. They can't get the putback off the offensive rebound. And you look at what they were able to do on the opposite side of the floor. That's the difference. That's why it's a Utah Jazz win. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. It is a 12-point game. We've had some close ones that have looked like blowouts late. Under 30 seconds to go. Trying to cut into that point differential a little bit. 10-point lead. See if they want to take one more shot or just dribble it out. I would guess that they would run something with like 5 or 6 seconds if that point differential, or because that point differential is so crucial. But it also might not matter. The game might not be like programmed for that. So 44-34. Utah didn't look like a team that was going to be like, you kind of look at them, especially in the early sections of this game, going like, how are you 12-4, whatever your record is? You kind of see it from the Spurs a little bit. You're like, okay, you don't look great. So we'll skip this interview with the Joker. 42 seconds to go here in the half. Oh, they're like, see how aggressive the Packers want to be. 17-7. As we take a look at a box score, Jalen Suggs had 9. Jokic had 7 on 3 of 6. 7, 6, 5, 5, 3, 2. I think that's kind of what you got to look for. We've seen some teams win with like a player like Jokic just going off. I think a little bit more of a balanced attack is helpful. Having Jalen Suggs have 9, that's a positive. On the flip side, you look at a player like Fred VanVleet, and not to pick on him again, but you look at 7 points on 3 of 12 shooting. Butler had 3 of 8 shooting, had 8 points. You like the balance in the numbers. Jalen Williams puts in 7, but just 3 of 12. Like, get Jimmy Butler a couple more looks. Maybe he goes 4 or 5 from 10, or 4 or 5 of 10 from the field, gets you 10, 13 points. Maybe try to get Jalen Williams a little bit more. I don't know. Even he was good. Politol, 3 for 4. Williams 3 for 5. 1 for 2 for PJ Washington. But you have Fred VanVleet jacking up 9, misses a game. It's like, that doesn't help your team. Though the point spread, having it kind of even is at least interesting. So that will do it for this day of action. So let's go ahead and simulate through the 28th. And let's take a look at where we're sitting. Hey, 11-8 for the Pacers. That's good news. We'll back out, take a look at the stats and standings, the cup, and we'll see kind of where we're sitting here. The Bulls are 3-0. They play the Celtics. The Celtics have an opportunity to go 3-1. With a win, they could pull the Bulls back to 3-1. And a point differential could be kind of huge for the Boston Celtics. though I think they could be in good position. The Bucks would be interesting, and the Pacers taking on the Pistons. Pistons are 0-2. I don't think they're that interesting of a team. But the Bucks and the Pacers game could be interesting. And then you have the Knicks and the Magic. They don't play until the 3rd, which is a little unfortunate. But if they both win today, could be interesting. Hornets play the Knicks. That's the game that I have picked for us. The the Magic play the Nets, and the Nets are not very good. So let's see. The West C will need. Oh, the Mavericks don't play that. We'll need to check the Grizzlies, because they would be that'd be 2 3-0 teams battling it out, but it might not matter. We got kind of the chaos that we needed. We had the Lakers win to go to 2-1. We had the Spurs lose to go to 2-1. We had the Jazz win to go to 2-1. Oklahoma City's 1-1, but they probably need a lot of help. You also have a 2-1 Spurs team with a -5 point differential, and the Lakers are plus 26. What happened there? The Rockets are 3-0. Kings Blazers, do they play each other? Kings and Blazers must play today and on the next Tuesday. Okay, so let's take a look at the daily view, see kind of what we're looking at. We have Knicks, Hornets scheduled, but let's take a quick peek and see if there's anything interesting. This game is not interesting. 8-12 versus 5-14. It's pretty bad. Give me just a second. Let me see if I can find anything that's super important. All right, we are back, and we're ready to roll. We're going to roll right into our 4th game here. I guess we're not going to roll right into it. I'm going to talk for a minute. Joke's on you. We're going to go with this Charlotte-New York game. It's another one of those 2-0 versus 1-1 teams. I tried to pick through and see if the results kind of affected anything. A lot of teams actually kind of lost their opportunities to win their groups because they lost today. The Wizards went to 1-2. The Timberwolves went to 1-2. And a lot of the good teams are not playing great teams as the final couple of games happen. So we're going to wrap this up. This will be our 4th and final game today. We will likely save that Bulls-Celtics game for the first game in week number 7. And then we'll pick, hopefully, a couple other games get kind of interesting. I'm tempted with this Kings-Blazers game, because one of those two teams can make their last couple games count. If the Kings were to win that game, they'd force an interesting matchup against a potentially injury-plagued Rockets team for the first place in the division, but then it gets kind of weird because they'd be both 3-1. I don't know if we want to watch the Rockets with a potentially injured Jason Tatum. I don't know. Yeah, this NBA Cup has been kind of weird. We haven't been getting good games late. It's been a little bit of bad bounce with the luck. So what we'll do is we'll do this 4th game like we normally do. Knicks going to visit Charlotte, and then we'll have to look at some result. We really need the Grizzlies to win their next game. We could use the Magic to win their next game as well to force some undefeated teams to play undefeated teams. But we either need with this game, we either need the Knicks and the Orlando Magic to win, because then that makes their next game interesting because they both would be undefeated in group play, or we need the Hornets and the Hornets to win and the Magic to lose, but Brooklyn's not very good. So we're in a bit of a weird spot. Root for chaos, root for undefeateds. Who knows what to do? But we are going to jump in. Knicks, Hornets, game number 4 in today's action. I know we featured the New York Knicks a lot. We'll try to balance it out a little bit more. Oh, this court. This court is so good. Have we been to Charlotte? Yep, we definitely... No, we haven't. I don't believe we've been to Charlotte for this. Pacers? Yeah, I think it was week 4. Here's a look at this overall standings. Could actually use more of the cup standings, but Charlotte's 1-1 in their group. The New York Knicks are 2-0. And it's kind of just bad luck for me that the Brooklyn Nets are so bad. Tom Thibodeau, 12th season with New York. 538. He's really been in New York for... Well, I don't think he's been in New York for 12 seasons. Jordan Love throwing an interception. Green Bay leads by 10 at the half, so that's good news. You'll have to look up the end of that game yourself because Colin Sexton getting things started here. So I don't think this game's going to last the entire second half of a football game, but who knows. Colin Sexton gets off to a good start. We've seen two of the best courts that we've seen all tournament long in the Hornets and the Minnesota Timberwolves. So I like a color pop, but I like a good color pop. I think there's too many red courts. But we have to look at all of them. Sexton pump fakes. Fires inside to Jackson Davis, who kicks it back outside. Greek Freak with the ball. He drives in and slams it home. 4-2 early in this one. Ball. I am surprised that was not intercepted. Looked like the New York defender was in perfect position as we take a look at Harris burying the three. A couple steps beyond the arc to give Charlotte their first lead of the game. They haven't had a lot of opportunities to get a first lead of the game, but they have one. Anunoby for three. Rattles out, no good. Green brings the ball up the floor and passes the ball to Ball. Ball, step back two, no good, but Okongwu picks up the rebound. Passes back to Ball, who kicks to Harris. Harris fires. Okongwu. Hey, that was a really good awareness there to just kind of throw the ball off the. Stay patient and get that hook shot to work for you. Harden drives inside. And Williams gets the rebound. Has Harden been on the Knicks the whole time? And I've just forgotten about that? I don't know. You might be able to take a look at a trade situation. Anunoby with a nice three-point shot. Knots us all up at 7. Ball inside. Oh, sorry, a little hiccup. Harden flips to Antetokounmpo. Back to Sexton. Good defense there by Ball. Five on the shot clock. Ooh. It was actually really good defensive recovery. I thought Antetokounmpo had him beat. But he didn't. Going with the alley-oop. It's picked off by Anunoby. He fires it forward. Harden. Dangerously close to the baseline there. Ball right on him. And he got Ball up and just kind of fell into him. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. I thought Harden could have been a little more aggressive to the basket. He had the ball with probably a step on the defender, which is Ball. Rattles it home. It's 9-8. Minute 30 here in the first quarter of our fourth and final game of the day. Off the back iron, no good. Charlotte looking for a little bit of chaos as that ball is blocked on the inside. But New York still comes away with the ball. I've seen that a few times today. That is a really nice shot. Oh, shoot, they put the thing over. Jason Statham, I believe it said expected to play. Both teams 4 for 7. New York with 1 extra point. Jason Statham expects to play against 76ers despite strained hip. Strained right hip. Interesting. Under a minute to go. Charlotte back out front, 11-10. Clarkson, mid-range jumper, doesn't go. Drummond comes away with the ball. hustle off the hand, and that's been an interesting little difference that we've seen in a couple of games here. It's just you get the block, you get the hand in the way, and it just goes to the other team. And then on the same side, it instead of going to you, goes to that same team when you get the hand in the way. It's been weird. Charlotte holding for the final shot. Green looking for a screen. No, passed up on that. Oh, there's the screen. Drummond sets him up. Green can't get it, Drummond. I don't think he got the ball out of his hands. We're going to take a look at a review here. I don't think he got it. Previous play under review. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 0. Oh, did he get that? Did he get it? Did he get it? I wish I'd... No basket? No basket. Oh, no. I kind of wish I had my camera off there. That was a great shot. I'm sure we could recreate it, but I don't want to. Wow. Interesting first quarter comes to an exciting close. 12-11 New York over Charlotte. Welcome back to NBA coverage here on youtube.com/Seannosaurus. Be sure to subscribe and ring the bell for more. New episodes of Random Rosters every Tuesday throughout the NBA season. (12-11) New York up over Charlotte in a fun first quarter. Ball back out on the floor. I feel like the Charlotte color palette and like the Hornet with like the bee hive design is just kind of feels like an easy win, you know. Great defense on Drummond there by Antetokounmpo. Forces the missed shot. The Knicks bring it back up the floor. Oof. Oh God! You take your eyes off the screen for a second, and he's all of a sudden blasting towards the hoop. Foul on the shot there. It's going to be Diallo's first personal.
First team foul.
Buzelis. That's the name pronunciation I was looking for. Buzelis. Gets the first one, the friendly drop there. Rattles it home, and it's 2 for 2. Well, there's Antetokounmpo again, just driving to the basket. It's an easy 2. 6 points, everything from the mid-range. That is an aggressive... I like that. I liked it when we saw it with Minnesota. I just don't think they just didn't polish it off the way that they needed to. But I like that Charlotte saw something defensively and they said attack. Antetokounmpo again, just absolutely bullying Andre Drummond. Shimmied in front of his face. What? We didn't get a good angle of that. Hold on. We got to go back. We got to go back. Hold on. Antetokounmpo just absolutely destroying Drummond off the drive here. Like, Drummond tries, but he's not there. Bam. Hits it. Oh, hell yes. Oh, God. What do we go with? Whoops. I did not mean to zoom in on that. I don't know that we could use Giannis again on the thumbnail. But it is kind of a good, like a nice drive there. Get it up. Actually, that's too far up. Oops. Go like that. Oops. Go kind of like that. So the cool thing is you can just capture the screenshot on the PlayStation. I like the shimmy here at the end. Oh, there you go. Just gotta kind of get the. I don't know if that portrays well in a still photo. You know what I mean? Oh, right in his face. Kind of like this with him, like that. Can you get like with like a shoulder? Is that like a good shoulder? Good shoulder, bam. I mean, he kind of looks like he's dancing a little bit. Can't really do that. You want the court. I want more of the court in it. I don't know. Shimmied in his face. 8 points for Jan Antetokounmpo. Jan Antetokounmpo? Antetokounmpo? Long shot clock usage here by the Hornets. Ball's just barely going to get the ball out of his hand. Diallo. They are seeing something in this defense that the Charlotte Hornets are using where they can beat their guys off the line and easily get around the corner. Let's see what the Charlotte Hornets can do here in this timeout to settle things down, get them back into a rhythm offensively. (20-15). Charlotte's been hanging tough, but New York has figured something out, and they have taken advantage of it. And they've been able to polish off the baskets. You can't get that call overturned. Ball almost ran out of time as well. They're taking a long time. There's a nice find. Foul there. Okongwu will go to the line to shoot two. I don't know. I guess I did that. Onyeka Okongwu. Almost rattled that one out. Rattles it home. 2 for 2 from the line. Strained right hip for that Jason Tatum. I had a little trouble reading it last time, so I figured I'd try to give you a cleaner read on that. Fires over to Harden. Harden for 3. Buries it. 23-17. Knicks feel like they could be a very formidable team if they get both Giannis and Harden if they get them going at the same time. I said that 3 ways. I apologize. Green, nice job using the screen. Fires away at the 3 and can't get it to go. A little too strong off the back iron. Not a bad 1-2 duo. I don't always love watching James Harden play basketball, but you get Sexton involved. Ball trying to drive inside. Giannis is in the way. Tries to go high off the glass, but can't get it to drop. These are the little stretches that Charlotte needs to take advantage of. If New York comes away empty-handed, got to be able to get some buckets on the other ends. Draws the foul. See, that's a good foul. We were talking about the bad foul from Van Fleet, or what I thought was kind of a dumb attempt at a call. That's fine. You're, trying to get position. Feels like you're actually trying to shoot a shot. I don't know. Clarkson comes in off the bench. Instead of just jumping into someone hoping that the whistle will go. 25-17. The other teams that have lost today have at least kept it interesting. I know Minnesota kind of fell apart toward the end, but you could probably make the same argument about the Spurs as well. kind of struggled. The teams have done a good job at making it competitive for most of the game. It's just one team's pulled away a couple of times. And the Wizards were just not a good team at all, who may have led at one point by 2, and that was it. Harden fires and gets it to go. Green brings it up. Works it around to Williams. Eason inside to Harris. Harris back it down, kicks to Green. I like the way that Charlotte's, they've been setting really nice screens. They've had good ball movement. Their shooters have had good, clean looks, but they just haven't been able to knock them down. Harden, Jackson, Davis. Anthony for 3. That rattles out. Harris with the ball back up the floor. He's going to try and take a shot here at the end of the half. They couldn't get it at the end of the first, and they couldn't get it at the end of the second quarter either. Oh. Dang. 27-22. Interesting first half. I'm going to be curious to see what happens in the second half. $10,000 shot. $10,000 shot. No, not a be on a bicycle, though you want a $10,000 shot. And not a very good chant. We do have a bee on a bicycle, I guess. We got 2 of those. We had 2 of those and only 1 half-court shot. As we head to the break, 5-point New York lead. Take a look at the power rankings. The Hornets are 23rd. Yikes. Double 11s for the Hornets, and their leader is Tobias Smith, 5-1-2. Giannis, 8-3-1. As they improve by 3 points in quarter number 2, 12 and a 15 spot there to take a lead, nice lead into the half by 5. Oh, was that the song maybe they got copyrighted? I don't remember. It was like 10 seconds. I was like, okay, cool, man. Thanks. Hey, thanks. I really appreciate that. Giannis getting our halftime highlight package. High off the glass. Are they going to show the shimmy? They're going to show the shimmy? Oh, I don't think they did. We got a couple of little celebratory animations out of Giannis in that first half. Ball to Okongwu. Harris has trying to drive inside. Fires over to Okongwu. Kind of a dangerous pass, but the defender, fortunately for him, was just kind of out of position. Nice job. The offensive rebound. Finds a 3-point shooter, but couldn't get it to go. Again, pretty good ball movement. They find the open man. Oh my God. Giannis destroyed him off the 3-point line. With the pass that leads to a foul. But that's been New York's, like, that's the way that they've been playing. They have been just beating them off the 3-point line. And it's not been close. Some questionable passes from here and there, but oh, he stepped out of bounds. He stepped out of bounds. Charlotte's upcoming schedule. We'll finish with the 76ers in NBA Cup group play. The Knicks get the Magic on Tuesday. If they both stay undefeated, it's a huge matchup. We need a Knicks win and a Magic win. We need a Grizzlies win. That's a nice block on the interior. We need an interesting game here as well. A lot going on in the NBA Cup. We might have 3 good matchups, so maybe we'll just kind of see what happens as they get the foul and the basket. James Harden seems kind of confused, probably because he never thinks he fouls anybody. wild shot to get to go, and they polish off the three-point play. Oh, ball was in position. He just didn't see it, maybe? Comes away with the rebound either way, and he drives the lane, passes to Okongwu, who's a little too strong. Okongwu's 1 for 3, 4 points. Giannis in the paint, gets it off the glass and good. And he really likes that animation in this game, apparently. We'll see a timeout from Charlotte. (30-25). Green to Ball. Ball for 3. Gets it to go. And really quickly, New York takes a timeout. I'm a little surprised that they did that quickly, but seems a little weird. Sexton tries to put up the 2, but no. And Anunoby comes away with the loose ball. Hey, I like it. Grab the loose ball, put up a shot, see what happens. Harris brings the ball up the floor, kicks to Green. Fires inside the ball. Ball absolutely destroyed from behind. Oh my goodness. Hold on. We're going to take a look at that replay. I don't know why I'm so delayed on this. God, it's just one of those weird animations where it seems like the play is going to be there. He has like the step. The hands aren't anywhere near it, but just a little too delayed, and whap. Get out of here. Bam. That looked like it was going to be an easy 2. It's a really nice feed, and this is what I keep talking about it, but Charlotte's done a really good job with this. Their passing's been good. You see Green sees ball coming into the lane, and nope. Tanakumbo tries to drive off the three-point line again. I think he had him beat, but it was a good defensive recovery there by Ball to at least slow him down a little bit, and still got the points and still beat him, but Green gets Sexton up, but oh, that was a mess. This might be that bad stretch that, yep. Might be that bad stretch that kind of puts Charlotte out of this game. The Lonzo Ball missed. They were good again. Good aggression up the floor on the previous possession. Ball? Is that a 3? It is, and it's good. Thankfully, he didn't land like, I think was it Tatum that landed awkwardly? Strained his hip on that one play. (34-31), minute and a half to go. Tanakumbo, double step. That's just too easy. Whoever they're putting on him, it's not working. He has 14 points, every single one of them in the paint. He hasn't even, I don't even know that he's really had to settle for a, oh, there's Ball. Oh, thought it was going to be good. I Nick Young'd that. Kumbo. That's the first time I think he's probably taken a jump shot. I was going to say before Ball took that 3 that I thought was going to be good. Kumbo, they haven't even really forced to like take a mid-range. He's just beat them off the three-point line and easy bucket after easy bucket. Ball uses the screen, fires over to Okongwu. Not in a great position. Ball movement solid, defense great as well. Ball's going to have to take a shot over up to Tanakumbo, out guarding a three-point line. Knicks are 2 for 5 from deep. The Hornets 5 for 10. And keeping this one close, 36-34 as we get ready for the fourth. I said that like we were at the quarter break, but hey, we could have a tie game, maybe even a Charlotte lead. Ball takes the screen, long way around, fires it, it's off Jackson Davis. I don't even know that Jackson Davis was trying to be in the way, but he just successfully was. Fires inside, Antetokounmpo can't get it at the buzzer. We've seen 3 pretty good looking attempts at buzzer beaters. 2 of them didn't go, and the one that did go didn't count. It's 36-34 through 3. Charlotte looking to win a game. I don't know where I was going with that sentence. More after this. I mean, Charlotte looking to play a little bit of spoiler to the content I'm trying to make here on the channel. We don't want to hear what you have to say, Tom Thibodeau. Mainly because we can't, because I turned down all the commentary. So here we go. Fourth quarter, 2-point game. Morris drives inside. Drummond does a good job to get a hand in the air. I think that adjusted the shot a little bit. A little bit more of a rainbow, too. This isn't a good matchup in favor of Charlotte. Oh my gosh. That is awful. What a horrible pass. Antetokounmpo is looking like a safety out there running the route better than the receiver. And Drummond gets the better of that exchange. Ball hitting everybody on the controller. Would like to see him go up with the shot. He had the defender turned around and everything. Antetokounmpo, my goodness. He is coming up big here. An interception on the last possession. And then that monster block. What's happening? NBA Street out here with Jeremy Clarkson. Gets the 2 to go. It's a bad stretch of time for the Hornets to go cold. And we will see a timeout from Charlotte. A good time to take a timeout. The 3:34 mark, a lot different than the 3-minute mark or even the 2:58 mark. You have a couple extra timeouts to work with.
Substitution on the court.
Into the corner for Ball. Ball, step back 2, gets it. That's a good play right there. Would like to have seen him gone up with that when he had a defender completely turned around. Foul on the shot. Drummond's first personal, first team foul. We'll see who goes to the line to shoot 2. It is Clarkson. Misses the first one. So this is going to keep it a 1-possession game with 3:10. Rattles in the second. Green gets the screen. Fires to Harris. Under 3 minutes. Both teams down to 2 timeouts. Corner kick to Williams. Drummond. Or I don't believe that's Drummond. Okongwu, I apologize. That was really nice. Got him off his feet. And again, a good job staying patient. You know how much time you have. It's work withable. Antetokounmpo with Okongwu right there. Okongwu able to adjust the shot a little bit, but the foul on the putback. And he shimmies again. Okay. Antetokounmpo. Maybe I'm not watching enough of him, but this game finds him very animated. 9 fast break points for the New York Knicks. Ball slicing through some defense. Finds Green. We have a 4-point game with 2:08 to go. Oh, when he threw it to Harden. Harden on the fast break. He throws it up to Jackson somebody. That's been a couple of bad turnovers and a couple of bad shot selections that have kind of doomed this Hornets team. They've done a good job to stay in this game, and you can't do that. Why are you going for the alley-oop? Harden, that's a step inside the 2-point line. And I think that's just gonna about do it. It was 39-38. Let's go Bees. Let's go Hornets. It works. Oof, that's a big 3 to rattle home to cut it down to 5. You need a good defensive stand right here. Oh boy. Jackson Davis back under the hoop. Okongwu on him. That's good defense. That's what you're looking for. Okay. You have to pay it off on the offensive side. Ball for 3. Couldn't get it. I like the shot. I like the shot. I know I said you had to pay it off. You had a good look at it. Harden drives inside. And a disastrous defensive recovery there. Under a minute. Timeout, Charlotte. I love the shot from Ball, though. You have the 3. Been looking fine from behind the arc. I mean, I don't think there's anything to like... It's not the greatest performance in the history of the world, but... Where's Williams going to go? Ball. Steps into a 3. Can't get it to go. Nice offensive rebound to Green. Ball again. Gets the 3 to go. Okay, 4-point game, 44.8. I kind of like a no-foul situation here. I know that they didn't do it, obviously, but... I'd like at least the half court. Granted, they're professional basketball players, but they can still make mistakes, and especially when it's James freaking Harden. Oh, boy. They were aggressive, and I have to applaud them for that. I don't think that there's anything... I mean, obviously, you want to hopefully want them to close out. I think if you're the Knicks, I think you kind of go like, hey, slow down. But I liked what Charlotte did there. They at least, they tried to get the double team to go. They tried to force a bad pass. They did force New York to be aggressive. Hope that pass is a little bit more errant from James Harden. But Charlotte just couldn't hang with them down the stretch. They fall. It's a bit of a closer game than the score would indicate. 53-44, the final. And that'll do it. New York, they set up a potential huge matchup against the Orlando Magic in the... What did I write down here as the notes? East Group B is what I was looking for. Had to find it there. Giannis, unsurprisingly, your player of the game. He was dominant in this one. I do think it's one of those things where Charlotte, I just don't think, had the defensive ability to stay with him. He was great defensively, came up with some big blocks. We'll take a look at the score. LaMelo Ball, a pretty good game. Hey, 4 for 7 from 3. He had a couple of misses. I think he must have been 4 for 5. I think he had a miss or 2 there toward the end. So, I mean, that's good. 7 for 14, 18 points. Tobias Harris, 3 for 7. He had a couple of deep shots. Okongwu had 6. Came away with 5 boards. 3 turnovers for Ball isn't great. There was some interior passing that wasn't good. I'd like to see a little bit more from Zaire Williams. He was 1 for 1, but 15 minutes, only 3 points isn't good when you're getting Buzeus, I believe. 4 points in 6 minutes. But you did come up. I mean, you did come up with some rebounds, some assists, you did have 1 turnover. On the New York side of things, it was Giannis. It was the Giannis show. He was 9 for 14. 6 rebounds and assists, a steal, a block. No turnovers on his line. Harden had 10 on a 4 of 8 shooting day. That's what you want to see out of him, is that better percentage. 50% is great. No turnovers on his side. 3 steals, 3 assists. Good stuff from him. Sexton, 7 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. Goose eggs where you want him in the turnover column. Decent shooting percentage. Jackson Davis had 5 points on 2 of 3. Diallo, 2 for 2. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good balanced team here. Giannis obviously the star, but it wasn't so, I don't know, egregious. It wasn't so lopsided that you go, oof, if he doesn't turn it on today, they lose. So there you go. That'll do it for today's games. We'll have some more action for you next week. We'll need a couple of results to kind of go our way, but we'll have a big Bulls-Celtics game coming up. That'll probably be the first game of the video because they are both in good position here as we take a look quickly at the NBA Cup standings. Bulls, Celtics, it's a big one. Celtics need a win to pull them down to 3 and the Bulls down to 3-1. Unfortunately, both the Bucks and the Pacers, I think, wrap up with teams that aren't particularly good, which is unfortunate. They both have a game against the Pistons, and the Pacers have a game against the Heat. In the East, we're looking for an Orlando Magic victory to force a Knicks Magic winner-take-all, I guess. It would be winner-take-all in the East A. We're also looking for a Memphis Grizzlies victory to force a couple of 3-0 teams to play as well. So that would be exciting. The West B, I don't think is particularly interesting because I think all of these teams finish with not great matchups. So that would be 3, so they need 4, 4, and 4. Unless... Oh, yeah, because the City Thunders... Hold on. Jazz, Lakers, Spurs. Let's take just a quick peek at it. Jazz, Lakers, Spurs. Jazz, no. Lakers, no. Spurs, no. Jazz, Lakers, Spurs. Hold on. Jazz, Lakers... Jazz, no. Spurs, no. And the Lakers are done. So, yeah, unfortunately, that doesn't work in our favor. Stat standings, NBA Cup. Where were we? And then this one's kind of wrapped up. Maybe take a peek at that Kings-Blazers game if something goes awry. But then we'd have to watch the Rockets again. I don't know. Maybe we just throw Kings-Blazers in there to see who kind of goes. But I think they'd have an uphill battle with some of these teams having 2-1 records. And I think the Mavericks and Grizzlies, whoever loses that will probably end up in that wild card spot. So it might not matter in the end anyway. So we'll see what happens. If you'd like to watch more, as I flip the camera, I want to thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, subscribe over here. Ring the bell down below. You'll be notified when I post new videos. You got the NBA playlist right here. You got baseball in the evenings with cheats. Enjoy that. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your night. And we'll see you next time for more random rosters here on the channel. Good sports.